Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I am Adriene, and today we have a sequence to beat the winter blues. It's colder than a witch's titty most places, even here in Texas, and a lot of us are cooped up and are not able to get moving in the way that we normally do or that we'd like to. It's actually hardly very cold here today, but they've canceled everything here in Austin, Texas. So I'm putting together a little sequence just to get the body moving, to get the nervous system and really a couple of systems just kind of replenished and happy so that you can beat the winter blues. So put on something comfy, get your coffee or your tea, light a candle, and let's meet each other on the mat. All right, so today we're going to begin flat on the back. Yay. Oh, come to lie flat. And we'll take a second to just check in with the body by pointing and flexing the feet. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. Then inhale, spread your fingertips super wide. Stretching the hands as we reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Whew. And then same thing here. Pointing and flexing the feet, kind of noticing that ripple effect in the body. And this time stretching the fingertips wide and then clenching them into fists. So we're spreading them wide and back and forth, back and forth. You can rotate the wrists a little bit here. You can close the eyes and find your breath. Feel supported by the earth here. We've decided to take a little time for ourselves to check in with the body, check in with the breath, and hopefully leave the mat feeling a little stimulated, hey-oh, and a little, rejuvenated. One more breath here. And then we exhale, float the fingertips down, press the palms into the earth, and we'll hug the knees up towards the chest. Go ahead and kick your toes up towards your nose so that the lower back becomes flush with the mat. Wrap the arms around the shins and we chill here, rocking a little back and forth. Maybe tucking the chin into the chest just slightly to avoid kind of being here. We'll find length by tucking the chin into the chest. I'm on a rocky place here in the wood floor, I can hear it. All right, well, flex the feet here, toes up towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders down. You can even tag a little bit of weight in the elbows here just to remind you to avoid kind of this clenching and find space. We have the nice support of the earth here, flat on our backs, so use it, grounding down through the elbows. We take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, gently lifting the head, peeling up, nose towards the knees. So it's really not about the knees touching the nose here, but it's about the intention. So if you have a nice big chest, or we're just working towards creating more space in the spine, be here now. Enjoy this. It doesn't have to be here. Just the intention of nose towards the knees. So it might be here, or it might be here. Couple more breaths here. Let's do 2 more breath cycles in and out. If you're feeling yummy here, you can reach the fingertips towards the outer edges of the feet. You can even grab the outer edges of the feet here. Again, notice I'm drawing the shoulders away from the ears, still keeping this awareness, this openness in the heart and in the chest. Great, inhale in, lift the chin slightly, lots of space. And on an exhale, we release. Awesome. Cross the right ankle over the left, grab the outer edges of the feet here, or if that is seeming a little bit tight, you can grab the big toes with the index finger, middle finger, and thumb. Grab the big toes or the outer edges, and we're gonna go for a little rock and roll. Massaging the spine. A couple times here. This is a great massage for the spine. This is also just a really nice transition for me to remember my sense of humor and find a little playful vibe. Do it as many times as you feel satisfied, and then together we'll meet in a nice cross-legged position, Sukhasana, where we'll just take a second, nothing fancy here, just rolling the shoulders forward, up and back. lubing up the shoulders a bit. And then the opposite direction, we're just going to kind of swim one at a time. Great, and now a gentle twist. So I'm going to turn to face you here. Right palm's going to come to the left knee. I'm going to lift up through the crown of the head, left fingertips behind. Again, find that length up through the crown, heart open here, chest open. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we gently move into the twist. So this is definitely not about cranking into a yoga pose, but it's about maybe closing the eyes and using your breath to discover a little bit of space. So you can use that inhale to lift and lengthen, and the exhale to maybe journey a little bit into your twist. All right, one more nice deep breath in here. And on an exhale, we gently melt it back to center and take it to the other side. So left palm comes to the right knee, right fingertips behind. Can't stress enough how it's really not about the twist or about the look of the twist as it is about the feel, right? So we inhale, roll up through the spine. The tendency here is to kind of do this. Lean back. So see if you can tilt the pelvis, find length. If that means that you don't go all the way, then I say ease up, make some new discoveries here. Inhale, we lift and lengthen, and exhale, we journey into the twist. One more deep breath in here. And exhale, we melt it back to center. Awesome. Now we're going to come onto all fours. So from here, you can just send the palms forward and come to tabletop position. So we're just going to stimulate a little bit of that prana or that chi that's been maybe a little stagnant. We've been watching some Netflix or some movies, and we need to just kind of get the energy going. The energetic body needs a little bit of a wake-up call. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hip points. Press up and out of your foundation. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. So what I mean here is literally create space between the ears and the shoulders. Let the neck grow long. Inhale in, exhale, press into the tops of the feet and let the knees hover. Notice my gaze is straight down, not looking forward. I'm drawing my navel up towards my spine. I'm tucking my tailbone just a bit, finding length in the lower back. And this doesn't have to be a big lift, guys. This is just a little hover. Again, it's not about the shape or creating the shape. It's about the experience here. So right away, you can notice maybe a little shake or that prana, that chi, saying, hello, insert your name. Hello, Adriene. And on an exhale, we gently release. Awesome. Curl the toes under and send sit bones back towards the heels. Great. Widen the knees as wide as the mat. And then walk your palms a little bit forward here. Inhale, look forward, extension. And on an exhale, we melt the heart to the mat. Forehead might kiss the mat here. You might just hover. We can find a little sway in the shoulders. And this should feel yummy. Opening the shoulders. Melting the heart to the earth. Again, acting perhaps time spent on the couch. Great, draw the navel to the spine and rock back up to all fours. Walk the knees underneath the hip points, wrists underneath the shoulders. We're gonna come onto the tops of the feet here for cat-cow. Inhale, scoop your heart, look forward. And exhale, tucking the tailbone in, we travel up the spine, chin to chest, and then finally the crown of the head releases. Inhale, scooping heart, pressing up and out of the palms, and exhale, release. Do one more cycle. Great, then we'll come back to tabletop position. Curl the toesies under, walk the palms forward, and keep the knees nice and bent as you send the sit bones up, downward facing dog. So take a second here to pedal the feet out. I tuck my shirt in here. Don't need a XXX yoga for the blues, although, Might get a lot of hits on YouTube, but that's not what we're going for here, people. We're going for yoga, finding what feels good in the body here as you pedal the feet. Find a little movement, pressing into all 10 knuckles strong, particularly the fleshy part between the index finger and thumb. Great, find stillness here. Take a nice juicy inhale in and a nice long exhale out through the mouth. Great, slowly lowering back to all fours. We bring the 2 big toes together, walk the wrists back underneath the shoulders, and then send the knees wide as the mat. Great, cat-cow variation here. We send the sit bones back, and if you can only do one pose, if you're feeling just a little yucky or, just like cabin fever, a little anxious, this is the sweetest vinyasa, I feel. So we start in extended child's pose. We inhale, send the body to the left side of the mat. Keep the palms rooting down strong. Again, full body experience. As we inhale, we come forward, open up through the front body, and exhale, navel to spine as we come around. Inhale, come forward, moving in a circle. And exhale, around and back. Keep it going. Inhale, open your heart. And exhale, massaging the fronts of the hip creases. If you find a catch, you might rock a little back and forth there. And then you might reverse your circle going the opposite direction. Now, to each his own here. Check in with the neck, check in with the shoulders. If you find that you just need a couple extra beats here in extended child's pose, do that. Moving with the breath. And then we'll come back to tabletop position. Awesome. Knees underneath the hip points, wrist walking forward. Curl the toes under and we come back to downward facing dog. Take your time, move nice and slow, gently warming up the body, checking in with those hammies. Again, don't worry about the heels touching the earth as much as the experience. Getting there. Often I'll start class with my heels way up high, and by the end of class, before I know it, my heels are climbing down towards the mat. So again, focusing on the experience is the way to go. Great, we're going to go for a little walk, gently walking the feet up towards the front edge of the mat. Take your time, and together we'll arrive in Uttanasana, feet hip width apart today, toes pointing forward. Just take a second to let the weight of the head hang over and the knees to bend as generously as you need. You might grab the elbows here, rock a little side to side. Keep deepening the breath. Inhale in. On an exhale, release the fingertips. Press into all 4 corners of the feet. Draw your chin to your chest. And slowly roll it up all the way to mountain. As you roll up, spread your awareness throughout all 4 corners of the feet. Draw energy up from the arches, and then we'll inhale, reach the fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Take a second here. Right hands are going to grab the left wrist. And we're just going to do a nice, easy side body stretch. So this doesn't have to be a big move. It can be a nice pulsating move. It can be gentle. Heart stays open. We spread awareness throughout all 4 corners of the feet. And then take it back to center and to the other side. Again, just finding a little space. And then we exhale back to center. Great. Inhale, reach it up, spread the fingertips wide, and exhale, dive forward. Generous bend in the knees here as I come into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and lengthen to flat back position, and exhale, soften and bow. Great. Bring the fingertips to the outer edges, and we're going to heel toe the feet together, so the inner arches are touching. Great. Bend the knees generously, and inhale. We're going to reach the fingertips all the way up to flat back. Okay, so this is kind of a chair variation here. Sit bones are hovering over the heels. Send your weight towards your heels. One more breath here. Remember that hovering cat here, navel to spine. Deep breath in, and exhale, we release. Great. Awesome. Now we plant the palms and step or hop it back to plank. Great. One vinyasa here today. We shift the weight forward. You can lower the knees here, hug the elbows in, slowly lower down, chaturanga, or all the way to the belly. And then inhale, lift up, cobra or upward facing dog. So yogi's choice here, whether you're in up dog or in cobra, take a second to experience the posture, to breathe. And then we'll exhale, curl the toes under, draw the navel up, and send it to downward facing dog. Excuse me. Great. Pedal the feet. Drop the left heel. Inhale, slide the sole of the right foot up. Take your time here as we step that right foot all the way into our lunge. And then we're going to slowly lower the back knee down. Great. Take a second here to find your footing. So front knee is over that front ankle. We're going to come onto the top of that left foot. So the root of this pose really is in that back foot. So I'm going to press into that back foot, draw the hands to the waistline, and then inhale, lift up. Open heart, open chest. Breathing deep here as I loop the shoulders, maybe draw the elbows together and back. Now you might just stay here. If you're feeling like, whoa, I want to go watch Netflix now again, hang in with me. Hug the inner thighs together. If you're feeling like you need a little extra padding, you can double up on the mat here. Or of course, a little blankie or towel is good. Great, tuck the pelvis. Let's see if we can knit the lower rib cage in. And again, once again, create that experience we had in hovering cat. Might just stay here, or we might take it a step further by reaching the fingertips forward, up, and back. So I'm not sinking into the hip yet. Back of that right thigh is parallel to the mat. Great, pull the thumbs back. Shoulder blades in together and down. Breathe. Inhale, draw a line with the nose, look up. Just testing our balance here as we hug the inner thighs together. And then exhale, gently release the fingertips, and we're going to interlace them behind the tail. Looping the shoulders, we lift the heart, extension through the crown of the head. And now we can stay here, or we're going to pulse for 3. Inhale in, stay there, or exhale, checking in with that front hip. Breathing into the back of that left hip crease. There's 1. And 2. And 1 more. As we pull the right hip crease back, we sink in again, breathing into the front of the left hip crease. And 3. Awesome. Release the fingertips. And we'll return to downward facing dog. Planting the palms, navel to spine. We curl the back toes under. Step the right foot back. Downward dog. Pedal it out. If you want to sneak in a vinyasa here, you can. And then we'll drop the right heel, slide the sole of the left leg up, and step it up into our lunge. Once again, take a moment here, runner's lunge. Find your footing, and then we'll lower that back knee. Come on to the top of that right foot. Nice and strong. Hug everything into the midline. Hands to the waist. As we inhale, press into that back foot, lift your heart. Careful not to sink into the hip here right away, but find that lift, that mula bandha, if you're familiar, that energetic lift through the center line from the pelvic floor. And then check in. Again, you might feel like, whoa. So hug it into the midline. Feel free to pad that right knee if you need. We breathe here. Tuck the pelvis, draw the navel in, lift your heart. And then we can stay with hands on the hips again, or we can reach the fingertips forward, up, and back. You might consider pulling the thumbs back just a bit. It doesn't have to be a narrow reach here. It can be nice and wide if the shoulders are tight. Breathe, strong legs here again, hugging everything energetically in towards the midline. Inhale, challenge your balance by looking up, nice and slow. And then exhale, let's gently release, fingertips interlace behind the tail. And we open the heart, the chest. Now we can stay here, or we're going to pulse for 3. Just checking in. Inhale and exhale, sinking forward. 3 times. And last one, thinking up through the heart. Great. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, release the fingertips and float the palms back down. Great. This time we're going to step that left foot back to all fours. Coming to all fours here, we curl the toes under and send it back. Take a breather. So we're breathing into the soles of the feet here, nothing fancy. Great. Draw the navel to the spine. Cross the left ankle over the right, and we're going to slide on through back to seated. Great. Go ahead and center yourself in the center of your mat. And send the legs out long. Press into the heels. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. And exhale, we're going to go to the outer edge of that left foot here. So it might be the outer edge of the left shin or the ankle. So just go where the hands fall naturally. Breathing. Then if I want, I can swing my left hand around to either reach towards the back of the mat or maybe to reach around to bind on the top of that right thigh. So it's really about the experience. It's about the sensation in the body. So if you're confused about what this bind is, don't worry about it. But I'm reaching my left fingertips around to come to the top of my right hip crease. Just for fun. Deep breath in. And exhale, we release. Reach the fingertips up and we take it to the other side. Reaching towards the outer edge of that outer edge of that right foot. Maybe it comes to the shin. So just going where it feels comfortable. And then same thing, I can reach my right hand back. Might just stay here working on this twist. Or I might reach around to clasp the top of my left thigh. I'm pressing into both heels. I'm finding extension by drawing the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. And exhale, we release. Awesome. Interlace the fingertips. Index finger pointing forward. Point the toes and we're going to slowly roll it down. Checking with the core here, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Point the toes, point the toes. And then gently we release. Awesome. Interlace the fingertips behind the head so you can just kind of go from here to here. Extending the thumbs. Give yourself a little neck massage. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself chilling on a warm beach for us here in Austin, Texas. It's laying on the hill with the book at Barton Springs. If you've been feeling particularly blue or just anxious, ready to get out, feel like a lot of things are on the back burner because of the cold weather, then just take a second now to maybe set an intention for the rest of the cold weather days. Are there things that you can focus on here at home? Maybe set intention to do more yoga, more pranayama while you have the time inside. All right, one more breath here. I'm massaging my neck with my thumbs, stimulating. Feels good. And then we'll gently release. Bring the palms down at your sides and slide the knees up, soles of the feet on the earth. Final posture today is Setu Bandhasan, bridge pose. I'm going to come onto the center of my mat. Okay, hiking the heels up towards the sit bones. Toes pointing towards the front edge along with the fingertips. Take a second to tuck the chin into the chest. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, begin to press into the palms and rock the pelvis. So you can see my pelvis here. I'm beginning to rock pelvis up by curling the tailbone up. And then slowly I begin to lift, pressing into all four corners of the feet. Take a deep breath in as you lift the hip points, sending the butt cheeks towards the backs of the knees energetically. Everyone just went, what? Check out the Foundations of Yoga Bridge Pose if you want to know more about this posture. Take a deep breath in and exhale. We massage the spine as we release it back down. And once again, rocking the pelvis, we inhale. Exhale, press into the feet and lift it up. This time we might walk the shoulder blades in and together to interlace the fingertips once again. Then I press up and out of the earth. Breathing. Don't look at the video here. Trust your instincts. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. Lift your hip points. Breathe into the belly. Awesome. One more breath. And on an exhale, let the fingertips release. And we slowly lower down. Nice. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, just like we did at the beginning of our practice, rocking a little side to side. Little hedgehog pose here, nose to knee. I lift the crown of the head, nose comes towards the knees. Again, it's not about actually touching, but just the intention, finding that counter stretch. And then we relax it back down. Great. One thing that I love, especially when I just need a little pick-me-up, it seems so simple, but it's so awesome, is releasing the soles of the feet to the ground with a thud. So it looks like this. Feels awesome. Where I teach public classes, we have a pretty hard floor, and so I'll give this as an option to students, and they do it a lot. It feels great. You can just let it go. The whole body just kind of jiggles with it. So do one more. Awesome. So much going on in the soles of the feet. If you are interested in reflexology, then you know what I'm talking about. Sliding the legs down one at a time. Opening the arms up. If you have a pillow or a blanket, you might get set up here for a nice, cozy Savasana. Taking a couple breaths here to notice how you feel. And then you can pause the video here, stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, we'll reach the arms up and overhead now, nice and slow. Wiggle the toes and the fingers. And then hug the knees into the chest. Cross the right ankle over the left. And once again, we rock and roll. Rock and roll back and forth. Whew. Get a little plow pose stretch in here. Maybe backs of the hands touching the mat. Doesn't really matter, just rocking up and once again, finding your sense of humor, a little lightness in the body, maybe a little smile. Very good. All right, so that was a little sequence to just get the energetic body feeling good during these times of cold winter. Chances are if you are home or maybe work got canceled today or school got canceled or you're just putzing around on the internet a little more because you're not outside because it's freezing, you have time to send us a picture of what you're doing to combat the winter blues. You can post it on Twitter. Make sure to hashtag winter blues and also tag us, Adriene, Yoga with Adriene. Yoga with Adriene, hashtag winter blues. Yeah, send us a pic of what you're doing to fight the winter blues. It could be yoga, it could be anything, really. Can't wait to see what you post. I love you guys. Make sure you're taking good care of your body in this time. I'll post some tips for just, keeping the body happy and healthy on the blog, so make sure you check us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Namaste. dog might want to come do yoga with you, and if he does, just say, okay, cool, you can do yoga over there. All right. So we got